All right, today is day 113. Grab your worksheets and let's get started. Capitalization is on your own. Check it at the end. Punctuation is all review today, so let's see what we've got. Billy, in legal documents or papers of importance, signs his name Garcia William. Okay, so what do we got going on here? Billy, in legal documents or papers of importance. Okay, so we start out with Billy, and then we've got some information that's important, but it's kind of interrupting the flow of the sentence. So there's going to be some commas coming. Billy, comma, in legal documents or papers of importance, comma. Those two things are the object of the preposition, so there's no comma because it's in documents or papers. Documents and papers are both the object of the preposition for in, so that's why there's no comma in between documents or papers. And then of importance is all connected with that because it's telling us what types of papers. So only one comma separating that large phrase. So Billy, comma, in legal documents or papers of importance, comma, signs his name Garcia, comma, William, period. Okay, so let's take a look. Billy, comma, in legal documents or papers of importance, comma, signs his name Garcia, comma, William, period. All right, very good. Moving right along, we have parts of speech, adjectives. Write appropriate adjectives in each blank. So you get to get real creative here. But what you need to make sure is that you know what they're asking you to do. So, first thing, an example of a descriptive adjective. What is a descriptive adjective? A descriptive adjective is something that describes. So think of something you want to describe. Do you want to describe an apple? Do you want to describe your dog? Do you want to describe your pillow? So describe a noun. Okay, so I'll be curious to see what you come up with. Something that describes. Then we have an example of a limiting adjective. Okay, I wrote this down. So descriptive adjective describes, a limiting adjective defines or limits. There are multitudes of adjectives that do this. So here are your examples. They might tell you which one, whose, things like that. These are limiting adjectives. It could be articles, a apple, an apple. It could be things that show, that demonstrate, like this, these, those, that. Numbers are limiting adjectives. Possessive adjectives are limiting adjectives. Whose hat? His hat. So it's limiting the noun. And then we have the indefinite pronouns. They are also limiting. Those are examples of like some, few, many. All right, so there are multitudes of limiting adjectives from which to choose from, but the idea behind a limiting adjective is it doesn't describe, it limits. That's the name, it limits. Okay, so come up with a limiting adjective for me. Next, we have a proper adjective. If you remember, a proper adjective comes from a proper noun. So if the proper noun is France, the proper adjective would be French. Okay, so that's the type of adjective that they're looking for with a proper adjective. So I have a couple examples here. A proper adjective is going to have to be capitalized. All right, and then the last thing is write a sentence containing a predicate adjective and circle it. So the thing that you want to be thinking about with a predicate adjective is a linking verb. A predicate adjective is found after a linking verb. So what you're thinking is subject, linking verb, and then predicate adjective. I gave you a couple examples. She is pretty. She is the subject. Is the linking verb. Pretty is the predicate adjective. I just put a PA above it. Your directions were to circle the predicate adjective, so make sure you circle yours. Another example, the dog seems lazy. The subject is dog. The linking verb is seems. Lazy is the predicate adjective. It relates to dog and it's linked by the verb seems. And again, I just have PA above mine, but you're going to circle yours. So that's the last thing that you need to do. After you gave a descriptive adjective, a limiting adjective, a proper adjective, then you have to really go for it. Get a predicate adjective and circle it. So you're going to need a subject, verb, predicate adjective for that one. That's why they have a big line for you. All right, next section is parts of speech, conjunctions. And what you have to do here is read the directions carefully. Circle the correlative conjunctions. If you remember, those are either or, neither nor, both and. Those are correlative conjunctions. It takes two words. They correlate to get their information to you. Correlative conjunctions. You circle those. Then you underline the subject once and the verb or verb phrase twice. So there are three things going on here. You're circling and underlining a subject and you're underlining the verb. All right, so let's take a look at A. Either the car mechanic or his assistants talk or talks to each car owner. Well, let's take a look. First thing you're going to do is circle the correlative conjunctions. Either or. Do you see them? Circle them. Then you have to figure out what is the subject. Well, it's mechanic or assistants. I shouldn't say or, I should say and. Mechanic and assistants. Now, when you have the two subjects lined up, one after the other, and you have the conjunction of either or, you go with the verb that agrees with the subject that's closest to the verb. So in this case, assistants is closest to the verb, and it's either going to be talk or talks. All right, assistants is plural, so we would say the assistants talk. So the correct verb to be underlined twice is talk. Either the car mechanic or his assistants talk to each car owner. All right, let's move along to letter B. Both a basketball game and the Super Bowl was or were on that Sunday. All right, first, correlative conjunctions. Which ones are they? You know there's going to be two of them. Look at your sentence and circle them. They would be both and. Then we need to figure out what the subjects are and underline them once. We have game and Super Bowl. Now, we have both and. That indicates to us that we're going to treat the subject as a plural subject. Both a basketball game and the Super Bowl were on that Sunday. Okay? Make sure I have the right answer. Yes, just double checking. I'll show you the answers in just a minute. All right, both and makes the subject plural. Then we have neither her receptionist nor secretaries, would you say no or knows about her private life. First, let's start with those correlative conjunctions. What are they? In this sentence, neither nor should be circled. What are the subject choices? Or what are the subjects? Receptionist and secretaries. Now we've got the same thing going here because we have neither nor. We pick the subject that is closest to the verb for the verb to agree with. All right, so the closest subject to the verb is secretaries. That's plural. So we know that the proper verb then that goes with secretaries is know. So the sentence would read, neither her receptionist nor secretaries know about her personal life. Okay, oh, that's right. I had to go on to a separate sheet of paper. I actually ran out of room on the dry erase board. There was so much stuff today. Okay, so this is what your sentences should look like. All right, very good. Where are we at? We are at sentence combining. Holy moly, you guys have 5 sentences you have to combine into one. No run-ons, and make sure they're punctuated correctly. I can hardly wait to look at them. And then capitalization, you did it on your own, right? I'm just showing you the answers and you're double checking to make sure you're correct. I will read the sentence while you double check your answers. President Truman, head of the Democratic Party, offered to sponsor Republican General Eisenhower, the man who had led the Allied forces in Europe. Okay? Yours should look just like this. If it doesn't, correct it so that it does. Otherwise, I will correct it, and then you'll lose points. All right. Good job today, guys. God bless you.